an angry Cancun this morning. I hope I'm doing this well. About 7:30 in the morning here in Cancun. Winds blowing, a little bit of clouds in the sky, still in the 80s. People just getting their days started, but not a lot of activity down at the pool or on the ocean. It's our final day here. We're going to check out today, and going to head over to a VRBO for one last day, and then hop on the plane and go home. And I really don't want it to end, but it's going to have to come to an end. So, still kind of hobbling around with this ankle issue. So kind of a interesting little day yesterday. We had some goals that we had set, and we kind of met them. Maybe. Take a look here. Let's go to the earnings page. So we were hoping to clear that minus 39.63. So if you're just following me, we're doing the Major League Baseball bet sheet. I'm calling it a project. And we started off April 6th making simulated bets. So the very first time out, now the numbers were not ready for this, but I wanted to be in front of it when the numbers got good, and they're getting good now. But so we started with $195, wagered all of it, played all the games, and we won $1.12. So, it's a positive sign, right? But then the numbers just weren't ready, so we kept losing, bunch of losing here, and then minus 299.43 was the worst we got, and then won almost one full week straight in the green, and so we took that 299.43, we started chopping it down. Eventually, we got to minus 27.17. We could not get over the hump, and then we threw a couple of losses at it, bumped it back up, had a nice night the other night. Won $76, brought that back down to minus 39.63. So that was sort of our goal last night, was to get over that amount. Now we did win. It was a green night, but we did not get over that amount. So, so our carryover today is minus 21.45, and we have not put the bets for today in yet. We're about to do that. So let's keep it focused on today's action. So this is history. So we shall wave bye-bye to it. And still, unfortunately, still in the red over here. This is zero here. We have not filled that in with our bets yet. So let's go do that now. So full slate of actions today in the MLB. Slide that over. And so we're going to start down here. So almost every game has a plus odds in it. So we're going to bet a lot. So minus 310 is our play today. And of course, these are the positive ones that we hope to fill in. And I'll break that down here just a second. So these are all the games we're scrolling through right now. We'll go back and discuss them. Now, all three of these columns are set to accept the. So once we win, we put the. Okay, let's just start at the beginning here. So our first game is Baltimore hosting Oakland, and once we win, so here's our lines and here's our bets, and once we win, we start filling in these spaces here, which will update these, which will in turn update these, and then the higher we get here, the lower this becomes, and then hopefully we're aiming to get green today. We hope so. But the full slate of games, a lot of stuff going on. Let's break it down. So first game, Baltimore hosting Oakland. We say 5-2. Baltimore wins. The line is minus 1.5. We're getting plus 110, so we're going to double that down. We're going to take that $5 base bet. We're going to double it down to 10. Minus 185 is the money line. So that's simply which team is going to win. We say Baltimore. So we're getting minus 185. And we'll fill this in here once it hits. The line on the totals is minus 8.5. And I think you're going to see kind of a trend going here. We bet the low on almost every one of these plays today. And it's becoming alarming. Matter of fact, let's go take a look at something. So just looking at last night, yeah, we got to do something about this because, we won $142 on the spread, $114 on the money line, but the over/under we only won $86. So it's becoming a weakness for us, and I don't know what to do about it, but we're just going to have to play it. We may stop playing it at some point in time if it becomes too much of a liability. So that's the first game. Baltimore wins 5-2 over Oakland, and it's a $20 play because we got the one plus odds, plus 110s. We double that down. Cleveland at Atlanta. Atlanta wins 6-1. Atlanta's favored to win, but to get in the plus 115 here, so we double that down. Minus 170 again. 9.5 is the line. And we say 7, so we're playing that under. And that's a $20 play. A lot of $20 plays today. Dodgers at Toronto. There's no reason to not believe that this is 100% around the money. It almost was yesterday. So we say 6-0. That's what we said yesterday. It was 4-2. We're looking for that 2-run gap. And so 4-2 is just as good as 6-0 because we achieved the gap. When we're plus 1.5, the Dodgers need to win by greater than 2 runs today. So we're plus 1.5, minus 215. I believe Vegas is trying to convince us that Toronto should be the favorite, and that's most likely due to pitching matchups. But no one's hotter than the Dodgers right now, hottest team in baseball. So minus 10 on that, so we double that down. And again, here we go with the under. 8.5 is the line. We say 6. We take the under minus 125 for a $20 play. KC at Detroit. We say it's a 1-run game. KC wins 4-3. They're getting the 1.5, and so we're going to take it because we're not going to cover. So we're going to take that minus 175. Looks like Detroit is the favorite, so we're getting plus 130 here on the money line, and so we double that down. Anytime we see a plus sign in this column, that column, or this column, we're always going to double our bet. 7.5 is the line. We say 7, so under is the play, minus 120 for a $20 bet. Washington at Miami. We got it. Washington wins 4-1. We'll go. One day I'll show you how we come up with these. It's pretty fascinating. They're going to cover that 2 runs, so they're getting a 1.5, so that's no problem at all. We'll take that. So minus 175 on the spread. It looks like Miami is actually the favorite, so we're going to take Washington plus 120, plus sign, double down. 5 runs. The line's 8.5. I kind of tend to believe this just based off the last couple games between these two. It's been very low scoring. So we like this underplay minus 120 for a $20 bet. The Mets hosting St. Louis. Well, we think St. Louis is going to win 6-2. They are nope, they're not the favorite. Sometimes Vegas gets me here. So minus 1.5, so we have to win by 2. Plus 170. Now, if you're telling me I have to win by 2, what are you saying? Are you saying, Vegas, that it's a 1-run game? Because I just don't get why you're giving me plus 170. I'll take it. But I'm already leaning towards them covering anyways, which would indicate a win. Then it's plus 100. So I don't understand Vegas's line of thought here. It just does not compute with me. But I'll take it because we believe St. Louis is going to win. We're getting plus odds here, so we're going to double down twice. And, of course, we've got the under. We say 8. The line's 8.5 for minus 125. This is a $25 play because we got the 2 double downs. Milwaukee hosting the Yankees. We think the Yankees win 6-2. Vegas looks like they agree. Minus 1.5. We're gonna give those runs to Milwaukee. Plus 125. Yankees favored minus 135. And again, here we are. 8.5 is the line. We say 8. So we're playing that under at minus 110 with a $20 play. Tampa Bay at the White Sox. So I'm on to the White Sox because they're playing better than their record would indicate. They got Tampa Bay at home. They're getting a run and a half, and they're getting plus 155 on the money line. So clearly Vegas thinks that Tampa Bay should win. It's our only overplay that I'm aware of. We're taking Chicago 6-3 for 9 runs. The line is 8.5. We're playing the over. How about that? We did get the plus 155 on the money line, so that's a $10 play. Pumps that up to $20. Next up is Cincinnati at Texas, and Cincinnati's been playing really well. Texas, on the other hand, has really not been playing that well. We say it's a 4-2 contest. We're getting a run and a half, so just further cements that. Minus 190, plus 110 on the money line. That so you can see it. So we're going to take that, double down. We say 6 runs. That's under the 8.5 line, and they're going to give us even money on that. The plus 100 is really just even money. So $10 bet, that should be a $20 win. And it's a $25 play. So this is why we love these double downs so much. So sometimes we're just literally taking a $10 bill and throwing it up in the sky, wadding it up and throwing it away. But when these hit, pretty well, pretty big. It's Pittsburgh at San Francisco. This has been a very entertaining series. It's been back and forth with these two. So you would imagine it'd be a low-scoring, close game. But San Francisco's getting a run and a half. We say San Francisco's going to win 4-2. We're getting a run and a half. We're going to take it minus 200 on the spread, minus 115 on the money line. Again, I just don't understand the logic here. They're saying take 2 runs, and oh, by the way, the Giants are the favorite because Pittsburgh would be plus here. So fits our narrative, 4-2. We're going to take. I just don't understand Vegas at all sometimes. The line's 7.5 on the totals. We say 6, so minus 120 on the under. And there was no action here other than the base $5 bet. And so 15 bucks is the wager. I think that's the only one we bet 15 on. Everything else had action on it. Houston and Colorado, this game is being played in Mexico City. Kind of screws you up because I'm building up home field advantages for each team. It's all individualized. It's something I'm going to talk about later. I think it's been a real key to being more successful betting against Vegas here, the home field advantage. If there's one sport that has less of a home field advantage than any other sport, it would be baseball. Even with the built-in, advantage of batting last in the bottom of the ninth, it's still not as great as football or basketball for sure. Okay, neutral site, Mexico City. Colorado's getting 2.5 runs. That's insulting. We say Houston wins 5-4, so we're going to take the 2.5 plus 100 to do it. Why not? So we double that down. Money line, Houston's favored to win minus 210. 16.5 is the totals because we're playing in some bandbox in Mexico City. It's hard to adjust for that. In a typical game, we say it's 5-4. So we're just physically forced to play that low or that under. So minus 115, and it is a $20 play. Minnesota at the Angels. The Angels have just absolutely done nothing to prove that they're any good at baseball. Minnesota's a good team. Unfortunately, they're in the AL Central, which is loaded this year with 2 surprise teams. Cleveland and Kansas City are both really good baseball teams. But we say Minnesota cruises into LA and knocks them down 7-2. They are favored, minus 1.5. We feel like they'll cover that. We get the plus 150 on the spread, minus 115 on the money line. This is our second over. So we say 9 runs. The line is 8.5. We're over here, plus 110. So that's a $25 play since we have the 2 doubles. Philly at San Diego. Philly 6-2 over San Diego. They're getting a run and a half. Looks like San Diego's actually favored to win, according to the Vegas line here, since Philly's getting plus 110. 8.5 is the line. We say 8 for minus 125 on the under. We do have the double down here on the plus odds on the money line. So $20 play here. As long as Seattle's going to keep chugging along, beating teams at home, we're just going to continue to play them. So we say Seattle hosting Arizona. It's 4-2, Seattle victory. They are favored. Again, we're giving 2 runs, which would indicate being favored, and the money line is minus 135, which cements that we're getting that Seattle's a favorite. But for some reason, I don't know, we're getting plus odds on the spread. I think so. Clearly, Vegas says Seattle's going to win. I mean, here it is. But they must be saying it will be a 1-run game, and that is like a very fine line, Vegas. But I'll take it, man. If you're going to give it to me, I'll take it. So we got the plus 165 on the spread. 6 runs is our prediction. 7.5 is the line. So we'll play that under. It's a $20 play because we got the 1 double down on the very peculiar odds, the spread odds. Final game today is Boston hosting Chicago. We say Boston 6-1. They're the favorite. Minus 1.5 again. I don't get it. Well, I'll take it. That makes no sense to me. Unless they're saying it'll be a 1-run game, which is rather specific. Money line is minus 135 for Boston. 8.5 is the line. We say 7. Minus 105. It's a $20 play. All right. So we placed our bets. There's no first pitch yet in any contest. I think it's an early, being a Sunday, I believe all the games start pretty early. Let's see. Yeah, they usually have the 1 game for the Sunday Night Baseball. But everything is going to turn final here early in the morning. So 10:35 start, 10:40, 10:40, 11:10, 11:35. Yeah. So everything is going to be done early today with the 4 p.m. Eastern first pitch for Chicago and Boston. So that would do it for us today. So April 28th, we're betting $310. We want to turn this green and flip this minus 21.45. I feel like today's the day. We're going to get good here on our bet. These are going to be big, gigantic numbers, and we're going to get into the green and we're going to stay in the green. That is the game plan. So hopefully I shared my screen. Yeah, I did. Okay. Back on me. Last day in Cancun. We will punch out of here. I'm going to go get some breakfast now, start getting packed, and then check out, go to the VRBO, have one last day. I'm going to share that with my daughter and her husband and her little baby. Not the one that got married, the other one. And we're just going to go from there. It's been a fun little trip here to Cancun. I do have a little ankle issue that I've been dealing with, but, it was no problem walking my daughter down the aisle on Friday. It's easy to lose track of what day it is here when you're on vacation. But that'll do it for us now. We will do a wrap up later tonight. And wonder what kind of view we're going to get at the VRBO. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. But until then, I shall now bid you adieu. Bye-bye, everybody.